Welcome again to Compendium Network Marketplace podcast. Now, most of the time you've always heard us introduce other people, wonderful people who are a part of the network. But I'm turning this around today. I'm introducing you to the mastermind behind Compendium Network Marketplace. And in this podcast, no, we're not going to bring in another guest. We are going to bring in this mastermind. Yourbrozo, what you know him as. Yourbrozo, I know you as Zoe. Talk to us and welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm here. Definitely thank you for having me here. And what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about you.
Oh, me? Oh, okay.
That's it. We're going to talk about you. So, we're always interviewing. He's always interviewing other people. He's always pushing. So I'm going to tell you this story. When I was first asked to be on Polka Dot Rabbit podcast, I said, I don't like talking in front of the public. I don't like being in the limelight. I don't want. He said, well, you want your business to grow, don't you? I said, yes, but I don't like talking. I don't like, I thought I had a problem with really speaking about who I am and what I do. But it's more not just about speaking, but honestly, why are you a part of this purpose in life? What was my purpose? I didn't look at it as I'm only talking about my business, but I was talking about it being my purpose. What is my purpose and what is my purpose to help? If we ask Yourbrozo, what was your purpose and why do you do what you do?
Well, until I started getting into my human design and numerology and also dealing with my my natal chart, I always just kind of wondered why am I always trying to help people? You know what I'm saying? I was like, why is it? And why is it that I always like to be peaceful, not causing mayhem and all that stuff? To the best of my ability, especially now since I'm older. We make mistakes on our way getting here, of course.
We do.
But
we just learn lessons.
Yeah, we learn
always
lessons.
Say mistakes.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. That's so true. That's so true.
Yes.
So even when I put my first book out, it just came to me, and and then people were like, they helped me so much, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't really even mean to make it that way. But even when I did music, all my lyrics were like self-awareness, just always giving knowledge. So always trying to uplift people. I don't care, like you said in the podcast, uplifting humanity.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, because we have to. We all got to live here together, and if we did ultimately live in peace, then this space could be a much better place. So everything I do, especially now, it just has to be uplifting myself and others around me. So after I met you, and you already kind of really doing this, and we started combining things together. And, it pretty much made sense for us to come together to reach more people. And like I said, you being a life coach and, a therapist and et cetera, like that really, that really made it so making more sense,
Yes.
Ultimately it really is just to help people,
And I think a lot of people get it confused, like, oh, well, what are you doing? You're making millions of money, whatever people look at it as that. But wealth comes in many forms, and I have not said I needed something and the universe didn't provide.
So true.
And yes, when people talk about I want to make a lot of money, what is a lot of money to you? A lot of money to you may not be a lot of money to me, and a lot of money to me may not be a lot of money for you.
Or you being rich in a certain way might not be a monetary richness.
Yes. So, yes, we like to have things that we're provided for. Yeah. Why do we do business? This is one of the reasons why Yourbrozo and myself came together, because Reiki Services is like your one-stop shop for holistic health. Yourbrozo and this Compendium Network Marketplace is going to be like your one-stop shop for everything that you possibly need with business, referral sources, mental health, spiritual,
health,
nutritional, physical health, everything, physical, mental, spiritual, social, emotional. And what we wanted is for us to have all of these various organizations, these practitioners, these providers, not like what we said, Angie's List. This Angie's List of holistic health are not only holistic health, but being able to help our melanated people get services that are not being cheated. We have authenticity, integrity, and all the various things that really push and promote. Not only are our services are good, so when you go to Angie's List, there's a checkoff list. It's like, where do you fall on the 5-star list, the 4-star list, the 3-star list, 2-star list? Well, we ain't gonna get nothing under 3 stars, so you ain't got to worry about that. And everybody makes money. But when Yourbrozo came up with this gentleman sitting right here, I have to say, when he came up with this idea, he pushes and promotes everyone. And all of these people are excellent people that he pushes and promotes, but does not ask for a red dime. Dimes aren't red. A red penny or whatever, a copper penny, one of those. But he doesn't ask for anything. He just wants to push people to be the best that they can be. And he has so much patience. As I said the first time, I was like in anxiety hell. And he's like, no. He just walked me through it, talked me through it. My first podcast, and then we started coming together. But when you talk about the consultation, when he sits there, he talks to you. We will both talk to you. There are other people, business people, who will also talk to you with consultations. But if you join Compendium Network Marketplace, this idea is giving back. Not only, it's almost like a circle. Everything, we appreciate everything you do, Zoe. And I'm speaking for not only myself, but for the community at large, who he has helped. So come, reach back, each one teach one, as people would say. And join the network. Be able to show, and we push the fact that you're good at what you do. We will also be I am a gatekeeper, so if you ain't good at what you do, you won't be a part of it. So I don't care what your money is looking like.
That's true.
So we have to be working in integrity.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like what you just said earlier, because it's about planting seeds, and just in individuals, and because both you and I both know we don't know everything, and being a coach, a life coach, you realize you have so many resources. And me, in this part of my life, I realized there's so many resources that can assist you in so many different ways in your life. It's just a matter of you realizing that you need to get the resources and then getting them. If you were if I was 20 something, how about this? If I was 10 years old, I would love to have been going to therapist when I was 10 years old.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, of course. If I was a teenager, I'd love to have been going to therapist, whatever, I would have loved to have been learning about nutrition, all these different resources, you know what I'm saying, that you have to go find yourself because of the way society's set up.
That's it.
But, now we're at the point in which we literally, have all these resources, and that's literally, it's real simple plan. Yes. All we're doing is, if you need help, we're here to help you find the right person to take you to the next level. That's really it. And
we are doing this. And I really want you guys to take a look at Compendium, www.compendiumnetworkmarketplace.com. Please take a look and just try to look into possibly joining the network. It benefits you as not only a client, but it also benefits you as a provider. I want my name put out. A lot of times people have larger social media networks. Some people do not. But this gives an opportunity for people to recognize who you are and based on your work and your referrals in one spot. So it's Angie's List.
Yeah. Yep.
But it'll be Compendium List, Zoe's List, Yourbrozo's List. Yes. But I do want to talk about you. Did you have...
No, go ahead.
I want to talk about some of the things. I went to your website. So this mastermind, you have to know. Everybody else is getting known on his Polka Dot Rabbit podcast. But do you know him? So Yourbrozo.com. He has a whole website about himself. Your Brozo, Brozo. I like that. .com. If you go to it, you're going to see, and I'm going to just sort of ask a couple of questions about, I know you wrote some books. And so the first one is Bicultural Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. Some of you read this book. It is online and it's also hard copy yet? Yes. So he's getting ready to do a whole book release. So I need you to be following us and being a part of the community so that you can get all the different things when we're getting ready to actually launch his book release, as well as putting on any programs. So we have a lot of programs now. This whole pandemic is really a part of the past a little bit, so I need you guys to come and start working out. We just had a really big spiritual community meeting of the masters. We have to keep this up. We have to keep the knowledge up. We have to keep these wonderful practitioners in place. And when you go to Yourbrozo.com, he is that guy that's mixing everybody together. So I'm going to talk about this book. Give me a little brief information about this book and why should people buy it?
We're talking about bicultural. That's my first book.
And you have another one coming out. Wow, look at this.
Another one coming out actually the 19th of August. It's called Embracing the Sun Cycle as a Non-Ether Being. But I'll go back to your initial. The first book, like I said, it just came out of nowhere, literally. I just kept on writing, and it's really about, it's kind of semi-autobiographical, but it's also a self-help book, because I kind of talk about my philosophy on things and my experiences about traveling across seas, about, getting introduced to African spirituality.
Wow,
and it's really, that's what that's the gist of. But the new book is kind of like part two of this. Because I'm kind of, I go back, but I'm talk about the next levels of learning after becoming aware, like dealing with more in the talk about more like divination, like talk about numerology and spirituality. Talks about nutrition, talk about the state of the world and how negative things like negative music affects us, and and I was highly influenced by the scrolls by Dr. York back in the day, the little scrolls. That's why my books like this look a certain way. Because they're just like people can just have in their pocket. And people told me they love it, having a smaller book. So that's why, if you're asking why the books were small, that's why.
That's why. So you carried around. You don't want to carry around.
Back pocket all the time. I could carry 10 of them and just hand them to people, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's really what that's what the books are. It's kind of like a beginning, and I realized that people from the feedback, they're like, I like your writing style and stuff. I'll do another one.
Do another one. That's good. Let's keep it up. Always keep it up.
Yeah, so that's what those two are about.
Okay. So I do want to say thank you for sharing the books. I really want you to look at that again. So we got Leaving the World of Illusions. Bicultural Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. That's part one. And I also believe that if you go into checking out part two, which is the name again?
It's Embracing the Sun Cycle as a Non-Ether Being.
That's it. So when I was at the last event this past weekend, a lot of newbies coming into the spiritual world really are needing something like this. So if you know people, please drive them to the website, Yourbrozo's website. As much as he's done for a lot of people in the community, let's give back. Yourbrozo.com and take a look at those books. Even if you are not just a newbie, this is very good information. And so he does actually offer spiritual consultations on your website and project setup. So we're talking about project, like we working on this whole thing with putting together Compendium Network Marketplace. This is a big thing, and he's good with it because I get no patience for this whole website building. I can do it, but I am just driving myself insane. So there you go. Yourbrozo can help you with this, and not for the cost of how web builders are doing stuff with no real connection to you. If you don't really know me, you don't sit down and take the time to get to know who I am or what I am trying to produce, then don't do my website.
Yeah, what I like to do as well is I actually, as I did with Melissa, I actually like to show you how to do it so you know how to do it as being a skill set of your life instead of just, you paying somebody to do it. No, you can go in, you can change it, so it's all about, integrating, the skill set and giving you the knowledge to do it yourself.
And
but yeah.
You also did, and you know how people try to charge you a whole lot of money for putting together your LLC?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, oh, you have to do this. You do that for people too.
I sure do.
See? LLCs.
So yeah, and
get your business startup. And I work with people with business startup too, because people have to understand the difference between at-home or virtual businesses and also brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, also on the music, I'm not sure if you know about that. This all kind of started with me doing music, and I actually have another company called Production9.com, which is a music production company. So I work with that as well. Music, if you want to have projects set up for music, music production, you want to play live, I do all that as well. So like you talked about, live music. Yeah. So those are like the entertainment. That's it.
There you go.
So those are like the main things that I really do. It's of course what we have going on here, Compendium Network Marketplace. I'll help you build websites. I can help you start up projects. Even deal with the social media aspect, and then you can check out my books as well. So that's like the main things that I'm doing, and Joyce, my wife, and Melissa, they both said I need to
focus on him.
Got to get back in front of the camera.
And you got to, because we just didn't know you. It was like you calling, hey, you want to be? I promote you. No, this is about you. Who is this promoting us? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
And Yourbrozo.com. Yourbrozo. Yourbrozo.com. Get to know him. Not just get to know him for always promoting, but get to know him. And when we start doing consultations, the information that he has, especially if you're on a spiritual journey, you need to talk to him. He's gone through the spiritual journey. He's also gone through the whole process of learning where he needs, from the beginnings of Dr. York to all the way to where you are now, helping people understand this path, where you're going. When you're doing business with people, what are your intentions? If your intentions are only just to make money, now I like money, don't get me wrong, you won't go far. You will not go far. If you forget to help people, if you forget to lead people in a direction, you lead people to water and then they drown? No. You want to lead people to water to be able to help them swim.
That's true.
But Yourbrozo.com. This gentleman, this mastermind behind creating a resource funnel for you to promote your business. Everybody doesn't have billions of followers, but for the ones that want to build who they are, this is an opportunity. And do it in a way that you will be, I will never forget, somebody was telling me about somebody that was healing. You might have heard about them. Healing people without the utensils to like medically, but you couldn't even get on their platform. I have a lady who she don't have any followers, but people know about her through referrals and word of mouth, and she's like an angel channeler.
Yeah,
I can't even see her. It takes a month to get on her bookings.
Yeah.
So understand, word of mouth. Referrals are also just as important as anything the social media. Because do I know the social media? Social media, does it integrate into what's the word that y'all say all the time? To fund monetary. Is it monetary to make money?
Monetizing. Yeah.
Is it monetizing enough to make you money? You can have a lot of people buy followers, but what I need you to do is figure out what it is that you want to do to help people. And when you open up that channel to do that, I want you to understand, are you ready for what you're asking the universe to give you? Because I want to make sure you can do quality work when you open up that channel. So those are my words. And we really would love for you to make sure you visit yourbrozo.com. Get to know him. And then follow us with www.compendiumnetworkmarketplace.com. That's Compendium. I know it's long. Compendium Network Marketplace.
It's right up there. You'll see.
Yes. And we're going to be able to really change the way you look at doing business. Be happy about what you do.
Yeah. I appreciate all that as well. And it's amazing because, it's always balance, the yin and yang, and Melissa having the knowledge, you having the knowledge, and also the experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like you should. I mean, if y'all want to fly on the wall, listen to our conversation, y'all, it's a trip because it's just always back and forth, but always on a level of always just trying to help and assist. And also in ourselves, just being able to grow and learn from each other. So that's the main reason why we have this set up, the Compendium Network Marketplace. Is it's we do know time is money. You know what I'm saying, and we wish we could do it free one more day.
But you know what? We want to make sure this is a circle of life.
Yes.
So we always give and we take.
Exactly.
I can't receive anything if I don't have my hands out to give.
Exactly right.
So here we are. We're giving to you, and we also receive it.
Yeah, and truthfully, I'm very excited about this just because I know the wonderful people that we have to assist you. We just had a conversation with two practitioners right there that we love, that are part of our family.
That's right.
That we just waiting to introduce y'all, and you will, and that's what this podcast really is about, and that's what this show is going to be about: introducing these great individuals, to be able to assist you. So, on my end, that's all I really got.
Okay, well, once again, this was about you, Yourbrozo.com. He was like, me? I said, that's right. She was like, we're going to talk about you. So people can know the mastermind behind this. And we want to really, really thank you for listening to us this period of time. I know time is short and time is money. Money is time. So just understand who we are. Check him out, Yourbrozo.com. And also the referral, which everybody will make money. You refer somebody, you get 5% of whatever they're bringing in. So Yourbrozo.com and Compendium Network Marketplace.com. Those two, keep those in mind. Keep us in the back of your forehead, in your forefront. But we want to thank you for joining us today for this, once again, Compendium Network Marketplace podcast. Talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us.
Peace and love.